Now this is my Alpha Legion, and this is set up as a brigade detachment. It's the only brigade I have in my entire collection, and I set it up using a specialist detachment devastation battery. If you watch my other video, you know I love that one. And that's -1 command point and -1 command point for field commander. I suggest you use these -1 command points before the game begins. 2, 3, 4 of them I'll use, because you get these stratagems you're using throughout your entire battle. And these ones are going to be worth it. For example, when I set up this brigade, when you use a specialist detachment devastation battery, you have to have the character from that detachment be your warlord in order to receive the warlord trait and or the relic and whatever and the stratagems. However, I usually don't do that. My warlord will be another character that's not part of this detachment. And then I spend 1 command point on field commander. Now I know some people are confused between Council of Traders and field commander, but field commander gives the character that belongs to the special detachment the warlord ability. So in my Alpha Legion detachments, I have a Demon Prince that is my warlord. And of course, remember with Alpha, I always use the Mark of Slaanesh. And with Intoxicating Liquor, once again, the Demon Prince is going to have 4 attack. The Malefic Talon gives him 3 more for 7. Intoxicating Elixir gives him 8. And then the Hateful Assault gives him another 1. And then, because he's my warlord, I give him the warlord ability Exalted Champion, which adds another 1. That's 10 attack for this Demon Prince. So that's the way you set up your Demon Princes. And don't forget, the Alpha Legion trait is -1 to hit rolls whenever your units are getting targeted by another unit 12 inches away. That's why I love Alpha Legion coupled with Slaanesh, because of the stratagem Endless Cacophony. And I'll explain that when I talk about the Obliterators at the end of this video. Now remember, because I'm using this relic and I still want to use another relic, I always use Gifts of Chaos. Spend 1 command point and give a couple of my guys relics. Remember, you spend command points, it's for the entire game here when you do it in the beginning, instead of just spending 1 command point during the game for your re-rolls and stuff like that, which I save enough command points for that. But now I'm allowed to get a second relic. Now his strength is a 7, but with Intoxicating Elixir he gets another 1 which gives him an 8. So 8 is really, you got to have somebody in your army that always can attack at an 8, because the opponent will have toughness of 8, especially on tanks and stuff, and I won't be afraid to assault tanks or nothing with this, my Demon Prince. So that's what I do with the Demon Prince. But the point of this is I make him my warlord. Well, now what's the point of having a devastation battery if you can't use the benefits? So now I use the field commander, and the field commander says that I can choose 1 character from my army that's gained a specialist detachment stratagem that is not your warlord. You go to Devastation Battery, and it says Legion, Chaos Lords, Warpsmiths, Havocs, or Obliterators gain this. So in my attachment, I have a Chaos Lord in Terminator armor. He becomes a Devastation Battery commander. Therefore, he can now receive the Warlord trait, which is to re-roll the wounds of 1, which are attacks made by friendly Devastation batteries within 6 inches of him. So he drops with the Obliterators in this army. The Obliterators drop, he drops, and now the Obliterators are attacking. You know how devastating Obliterators are. I love them. Obliterators are great. And now you can re-roll the ones for the obliterators, and you can re-roll wound rolls of 1. So re-roll hits of 1, wounds of 1. Now, when you go to the relic, it says if your army includes any Devastation Battery Specialist detachments, which it does, you can give the following relic to a Devastation Battery character from your army. So now, the Chaos Lord is a character, so he gets the Demon Eye. Now the Demon Eye isn't that great for Devastation Battery, but it comes in handy. But we really like the stratagem Punishing Volley. After the opponent's first movement, I can pick a unit of my guys to shoot from and have them attack. So again, this would benefit the Havocs. Obliterators won't be on the board after the first movement, but the Havocs will. And I pick them, and I usually unload into something that he's trying to charge me with or use against me right away. So Devastation Battery is a really good one to use out of the specialist detachments. This is my Alpha Legion Brigade. It's a 1750 point army. I don't use it that much, but it's just a fun army to use. And I've already explained about the Chaos Lord. Here it is in Terminator. It's an old Terminator metal unit, and I put a power sword on it, and then everybody knows it has a combi bolter. And then we have the Demon Prince here. I explained what that had, which is actually the Warlord, and the Exalted Champion here. And then I have the 6 squads of Space Marines. There are various units. Some are hand-to-hand, some are bolt guns. 2 of the units have a heavy weapon. One has the plasma gun, and one has the Reaper chain cannon. And then we have the 3 Hellbrutes. They all have, or 2 of them have Reaper auto cannons, and one has the Power Scourge, and the other 2 just have the Hellbrute fists. Then I have Chaos Spawn because I need fast attack, and they're the cheapest, so they're in there, and they're proxy units. And then I have 1 squad of Havocs. It's the missile launchers. Missile launchers I do like because they're good for if you want to shoot at vehicles or if you want to shoot at infantry. So they have the frag grenade for infantry, and then they have the crack missile for vehicles. So they're handy that way. Now I was showing you a setup with the brigade at 1750. I don't use it competitively. I just use it in fun games. But when we have tournaments here for 1,000 point armies, we do quite a bit. I will use the Alpha Legion 1,000 point army. It is great. The setup is a Chaos Lord and Terminator armor, a Demon Prince with, I already showed you all this at the beginning of the video. The Intoxicating Elixir, the Malefic Talons, the Exalted Champion with 10 attack, 3 squads of Space Marines, 5-man squads. They all have bolt guns. Now the 3 Hellbrutes that are, they last almost the entire game. It takes them a while to go down, especially with the -1 to hit rolls with the Alpha Legion trait. But the Power Scourge and the Reaper auto cannons on them, very nice. And then of course the 3 Obliterators. I will take the 3 Obliterators and the Chaos Lord and drop. Now remember, the Chaos Lord, you're re-rolling 1s. The Warlord trait for the Specialist Detachment, Devastation Battery, re-rolling wounds of 1. And then I will always put, when they drop, the Endless Cacophony for 2 command points, and then Veterans of the Long War for 1 more. So I will immediately use 3 command points when I drop the Obliterators. And the Veterans of the Long War, you can add 1 to all your wound rolls made until the end of the phase. So the Obliterators, they will roll 18 shots, and they will hit on probably anywhere from 15 to 18, and then they will wound on almost that much too. It's just devastating. So out of my 8 command points, I got to spend 2 in the beginning for Field Commander and Specialist Detachment. That leaves me 6, and then I will spend 3 when I drop the Obliterators on turn 2. That only leaves me 3 command points for the rest of the game. I won't use Endless Cacophony again. I might use Veterans of Longmore one more time, but then I save a couple for rerolls for the Demon Prince. But that's it. I'm telling you, this army is very, very effective. And that is my Alpha Legion setup.